Welcome to King TV. I'm your host, Peter Triantis.
And I am Brooke Starr.
And Brooke Starr, love that name. It just rings a bell. Now, tonight's show, we're going back a long way back because we have ISSI, Derrick J performing when they were at their prime. And boy, were they at their prime. When ISSI was performing, he was on Channel 9. He was doing a lot of shows Australia-wide. He was on Bert Newton's show, Don Lane's show, morning shows. He was everywhere. He was just like the Justin Bieber of today. And of course, Derrick J, he performed Australia-wide. He's been on cruises, he's been everywhere. Simply amazing.
Amazing. And I think we have amazing friend of the show, Joe White, who will be interviewing our amazing performers as well this evening.
Absolutely. Tell me, a lot of people have been asking me, what have you been up to, Brooke?
What have I been up to? Literally just working, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of shows at Witches in Britches, like we have mentioned in previous episodes. I do play the principal role in the show at Witches.
Oh, okay.
So the show has another, 4 to 5 months left. So you got some time.
Look forward to seeing that. A lot of people have written to me personally and asked, when are we going to see you performing as an Elvis tribute artist? Is that going to happen?
I hope so. I really hope so. Sometime soon is my answer.
Well, there you go. She is a king. Will be performing as an Elvis tribute artist. Stay tuned. We could have you up in surface and the big competitions coming up. So let's continue the show here with ISSI and Derrick J.
Okay, now we have a very special guest tonight. I'm going to interview ISSI. So, ISSI, thank you for joining us tonight.
Pleasure. Look, I guess when I first started my career, you weren't even alive, which is fine. So I can tell you a few lies. You know that.
Yes.
I know. Well, it's been a long career, 52 years now, and that's probably 10 years younger than Derrick J. But still, he taught me a lot of what I did. That's not true, by the way. We've been mates for all those years. But it's been a long and varied career and enjoyable because I was able to work with many, apart from all the top Australian acts like Johnny O'Keefe and Johnny Farnham and people like that. I toured with several overseas acts, including Roy Orbison, Ray Charles, the Beach Boys, the Supremes. So it gave me a lot of insight into the American style of music and the American style of cabaret, but I was more interested in making sure that my career had longevity, so I went through to the cabaret scene apart from being a pop singer back in the 60s and 70s. I know you don't. You look at me and you go, no, you can't believe that. How could this guy, he only looks about 90, but that's right.
There's a few familiar names in there for me.
No, that's right. And look, it was wonderful because in those days there was variety shows, and hopefully they'll come back again. It's like a whole circle. And of course, with variety, a lot of entertainers got their start in television. They were able to perform. I mean, it wasn't like a reality show. So if you were asked to perform a song, you knew that it was going out to many people around Australia. It gave you a chance to tour, to do the shows in interstate, which was great. And people like Don Lane and Bert Newton and Ernie Stigley, these guys, they gave us our first big opportunities because we were then seen in one lounge room all around Australia, and it was a great career move. So here's my song that I sang on the Don Lane show. We're looking at about late 1970s, and it's a song called I Need Your Love Tonight. It was done because Elvis passed away, of course, in 77. So a year or two later, we're doing a lot of tributes to the great king of rock and roll, and just like Peter does today. And so this is our song, I Need Your Love Tonight, introduced by Don Lane.
Well, thank you very much, and let's take a look.
Most of you in Sydney and Melbourne would know ISSI, or as we call him here, ISSI, from his late night TV ads and appearances. Well, there is another side to ISSI. He is also a performer. In fact, he's appearing next week at the Galaxy in Melbourne, and then he'll be at Derby's in the Cross up in Sydney. Here he is with a song tonight, I Need Your Love Tonight. Here he is, ISSI. Say hello, will you?
I want more than this, I need your love tonight. I've been waiting just for tonight to do some love and hold you tight. Tell me, baby, you gotta go. The high fly high, the lights down low way out. You wanna stay a while, you better pay out. I don't wanna wait, I need your love tonight. Woo! Hey! gotta go. The high fly high, lights down low anyhow. You wanna stay around, you better stay high. Don't wanna wait, I need your love tonight. All the way to get sweet, but you good to me, so I weep. I want more than this, I need your love tonight. I'll be waiting just for tonight to do some love and hold you tight. Tell me, baby, you gotta go. The high fly high and the lights down low. Yeah. If you wanna stay a while, you better play high. Don't wanna wait, I need your love tonight. I'm waiting, oh, I need your love tonight. I really need your love tonight.
Izzy Dye.
Derrick, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We've got some interesting vision coming up that was taken a little while back with you and Ernie and Denise.
That was a long time ago. We're on a show called In Melbourne Today on Channel 9, singing a beautiful Elvis hit song titled Can't Help Falling in Love.
So let's take a look.
Wise men say only fools rise you, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Hi everyone and welcome to Plastic EP's Trivia. Another big episode coming up right here at the Vault.
On King TV.
I've got to ask you, why the Vault?
Well,
We've had so many episodes. Why the Vault?
well, everything's stored in the vault, Peter. Everything, questions, memorabilia, collectibles. And talking about collectibles.
Do I get the key to the Vault?
No.
Oh, okay.
Only I have the key. But talking about collectibles, I've actually got this for you now to give to you.
It's
And
about time you started giving me some of these collections.
it's a 1984 Elvis annual and also a very special tin. The actual tin, you're going to be amazed. It is a collector's item with a book and magnets. Look at this.
Fantastic.
Grab that book.
Tell you what, it's
And then the magnets for your fridge.
and you've got a limited edition, one of 150. So it's got to be a collector's item. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. So is this for me or the
That's
vault?
for you.
I love it when he says for me and not the vault. He's got so much in there he's going to bring out with all the episodes. Hang on, the phone's ringing.
The phone's ringing.
Yes. I'll ask him. He says, Plastic, there's a question here for you.
Okay, let's go.
He says, would you sing an Elvis song for us?
Would I sing an Elvis song today?
Yes.
Not really, but I'll probably sing Hound Dog at Home.
Could you do me a favour, love? Don't call back and ask for that. Thank you. Now,
Probably a wrong number.
it wasn't the wrong number. They asked for that. And don't send out your email again. Now, let's cross over straight to the trivia.
Of course. Now, with today's trivia, do you actually know Elvis's shoe size? And I actually reckon that your shoe size will be close to his shoe
Now, I
size.
know I'm half a size more than Elvis.
Well, what is Elvis's shoe size?
I think he was at 11 and a half. Is that correct?
11D. Ding ding.
Ding, ding. Because
Another winner.
I'm a 12. I'm the same height as Elvis and similar body measurements. But yeah, the foot, I'm half a size bigger.
Excellent. Now, you know, the night Elvis passed away, he was actually reading
It was actually the morning. He passed away at about 11:30 in the morning. Let's get this
Well, I
right.
do know he was reading. He went to the toilet and he was reading.
That's
Is that
true.
correct?
That is correct.
Now, he was reading something. Was he reading comics? Was he reading a magazine? Or was he actually reading a book?
Now, I think he was reading a book because he was heavily involved with gospel science.
That's true.
Is that correct?
Yeah, but what's the name of the book?
Oh, I haven't got a clue for that.
Well, have a think.
I don't have a clue. I'm telling you, I don't.
Think hard.
He's always laughing at me because he knows every answer. Come on, tell the audience.
It's the scientific search for the face of Jesus.
Fantastic. I thought it was something gospel, but yeah, it was very sad that he was sitting there with the book and passed away. Tell me something. Michael Jackson had a chimpanzee,
That's right.
but you blew me away earlier. Tell the viewers.
Okay, in Graceland, Elvis actually had a chimpanzee. And this is before Michael Jackson, as you said. Now, this chimpanzee used to create havoc. Used to go around, this is true, pull the curtains, and it actually used to look up women's dresses at Graceland.
Oh,
That
come on,
is true.
Plastic Eve.
I'm sorry.
I
That
don't
is
know
true. Go
whether
on the
I
net.
can
That
believe
is
this.
true.
That is true.
And it used to throw things around in the kitchen, and they called the chimpanzee Scatter. What a name. Because
Well,
he used to scatter around Graceland. That is true.
I'm going to take it as gospel here from the man himself because he's full of interesting facts.
I wasn't
but
there. I wasn't there, but I can only go by researching the
A
vault.
chimpanzee called Scatterer at Graceland. Okay, let's move on to this.
Okay, the first people to actually put Elvis in a magazine was in 1955, and it was a magazine about country music, and it was called Country Roundup, and they described Elvis as being like a rock and roll music fireball. Now, when we speak about the word fireball, of course you know, Jerry Lee Lewis had a
Jerry
big
Lee-
hit with...
Great Balls of Fire.
That's right.
And I can tell you something about Great Balls of Fire because Elvis used to travel with Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny Cash, and they used to tour around, and they used to get into some fantastic scenarios there where they'd roll up, and at one segment you actually see Johnny Cash doing an imitation of Elvis Presley.
That's exactly right.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Plastic EP, I've got to go inside this vault. Is there any chance we can go in this vault?
We can't go today, Peter, but we'll give you a private tour another day.
Right in and see if we can get in here and have a full tour.
You actually need the code for the door.
Let's cross over for a commercial break right here on
King TV.
Plastic EP's Trivia.
Hi guys, welcome back to the King's Kitchen. I'm Brooke Kotzos, and we've got, of course, Derrick J. But by popular demand, we've got George Capaneros back in the kitchen with us. Now,
Thank you. You know why I'm here? I'm just
Tell
trying
me.
to work out why I've been invited to come here. I actually played an Elvis character too.
Really?
So, in Acropolis Now, my Mimo character was actually called Agamemnon Hatzidimitropoulos, but he was also called Elvis Hatzidimitropoulos, and here's some footage of that.
Don't worry about me, daddy.
trying to be Elvis in Acropolis now, and so I guess that's why I'm here. So I'm a bit of an expert. Especially, I was thinking the other day, what if Elvis lived now, right?
Yeah.
Would he be singing "Love Me Tender"? Or would he be singing "Love Me Tender, Love Me Tweet,
Love me
Text
tweet.
Me Something Deep"? Huh?
I love that. I think you're right. All right, now tell me, Derrick J, what are we doing in the kitchen today?
Okay, in one of the episodes I told you on the 1st of May in 1967, Elvis got married. But his main course was salmon. But then his mom asked him, how about the other guests who didn't like salmon? He said, Mom, you do whatever you want. So I'm going to cook, and I cook a dish, but the other guest who didn't like the salmon, this is the...
So it was his mum's idea.
This was Mom's idea to
Wow.
serve the other guests chicken fillet.
And thank God for his mum, because I hate salmon, so this is going to be
Yeah.
great.
Well, my mum would have cooked fakes. That's lentils. Sorry for
So,
saying that.
I'm
That's what they're called.
I'm going to put this in this batter.
What is the batter? What is in that?
It has just plain flour, water, 1 egg,
Yep.
a bit of salt, and turmeric.
All right, fantastic.
Turmeric's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, turmeric is very good for you. That's why you look young, because you eat a lot of
I
turmeric.
ate a lot of turmeric in my 20s. I haven't eaten it since.
And we can tell, no. All right, so what are we doing now? So we're popping it inside the batter.
Inside the batter, like
Yep.
this. It's a thick batter, so that it's going to absorb the breadcrumbs.
Grab onto the breadcrumbs.
So there you go.
Yep.
Just take dip up the whole thing like that.
And
Here we are. And
fantastic.
then use the breadcrumbs.
And once again, Elvis's chef would do this for him. Did he ever cook anything for himself, or?
You know, whenever Elvis Presley came after a gig, he or she, or who was the chef, knew exactly what he wanted after the gig.
So I didn't even have to ask him. He just went. Oh, he's
Just the usual.
he's in the chicken mood
Yeah,
tonight,
that's
so
right, yeah.
he'd make him some fried
Yeah.
chicken. Is
So
this
I'm-
like this? Is this a standard way of making fried chicken in America? I've only had, you know, the Colonel Sanders version.
Yeah.
So,
But this version, because he liked that chicken with biscuit powder and the batter, it sort of comes. I tried it after I read about Elvis, and boy, it's a beautiful dish though.
Yeah, great.
Something's different. So I'm going to put this in the frying pan now,
Yeah.
and leave it for maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we are done. So I'm going to put this in the frying pan, Brooke,
Yeah.
and here we go. You got to always turn it over just to make sure that the breadcrumbs don't get too brown.
And how long would you recommend keeping it in there for?
Again, once it's starting to get brown, because chicken
Exactly
with,
right.
with the hot oil, it doesn't take long to fry.
Yeah.
It's almost done.
The color on that is just
Yeah,
sensational.
that's a golden brown. Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
right.
gosh, there's
So that's the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
it
So
takes
we-
so long to
how-
cook chicken. This is a really quick way. Of
Yeah,
doing
this
it.
is because it's a chicken fillet.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it, because of the breadcrumbs, it's going to give you a completely different taste. So I'm going to bring this to a plate. So Brooke, I got that chicken which I fried with breadcrumbs.
yeah.
I'm going to cut this into few slices like that so that we can get George to try chicken, something a bit different.
Would Elvis just slice it up, or would he just grab it and just start eating it whole?
Yeah, probably eat it like an
my
apple.
kids eat their schnitzel. You know. Just grab the whole thing, just shove it in their gobs.
Okay.
So,
Just to make it presentable, I'm going to add. I'm going to add a bit of veggies here. Elvis also liked his veggies with his
Did he?
bad habits.
I'm surprised.
well, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
All right.
So that's the way. But also he wanted his food presented very well. Though he ate the veggies or whatever, he wanted the veggies presented very well. So I'm going to add a bit of mayonnaise with the veggies, and here we go.
We had the same problem before.
Oh, Derrick,
All
keep
right.
it in.
All right.
And that's sunscreen.
Okay.
Hang on, guys.
All right.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Southern fried food was Elvis's one of his favourite. Always loved Southern fried. Tell you a bit of trivia about it. In 1976, Elvis went in a private jet, went through to Denver, Colorado, just to try the Fool's Gold. Now, for the viewers out there, how many calories do you think that roll had?
The one we had?
Yes.
I'd say, all right,
Here we
over
go.
10,000.
10,000?
8,500.
8,500?
I go 11.
42,000 calories. And that was from the whole life was 42,000 calories. So imagine that, guys. Most of us wouldn't have that in a week, but
No.
Elvis decided to go in his private jet, fly over to Denver and try this Fool's Gold. But today, Southern fried chicken. Elvis loved that. His mother loved doing it. Same time she did the lemon meringue and mashed potatoes. Who's trying it first?
Well,
Let's see.
we will give
We're
it.
waiting here. We're waiting. No one's offered yet.
I think
but,
George Caponaro should try this because
There,
he's
George.
a Southern fried expert.
Yeah, well, I love my... Oh, here we go.
He's from the southern side of Greece.
Fork, we're going to be fancy.
There you.
Thank you.
Just wait.
I need to try some more. Hang on. I need to try the skin.
That's the best part.
We're all trying this.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to take it on the fork here.
Right. Tastes pretty good to me. Very nice.
Smells great. Now I'm going to have a little bit as well. Now, I can
Fantastic.
understand why Elvis used to like this. It actually tastes very nice. Great flavours, straight through there. Smells good as well. George, we could be Elvis all the time eating this food, couldn't we?
We don't want to be Elvis.
No, we want to be fat
We want to
Elvis.
be healthy Elvises. We want to... Is there a tofu version of this?
I can't be serious with George around here, but it's always a pleasure to have him on set with us. Brooke, how do you like working with George?
I'm loving it. He's a good laugh on set.
Absolutely. Derrick, you've done well again.
Thank
The
you.
expert
Thanks, Derrick.
Thank you.
cooking the Elvis chicken, amazing. We're all taking care of business here, right on the King's Kitchen.
See ya.
Well, there you go. Who says the oldies can't do a great show? It was fantastic. As I said, Izzy Dye's probably 45 years of age now. Easy, 45,
Yeah.
50. And he's still performing at his ultimate best. Fantastic.
How old was he in those videos that
I
we
think
saw?
he was 7. No, he's a little bit older than that. But it's an amazing, because when you hear them as a kid growing up and you hear them now, and they're still performing around the traps everywhere, Australia-wide. Actually, Izzy probably does about 4 or 5 shows a week.
And you know what? That is so inspiring for other younger performers. You know, just to see, we've still got all these years to come, and we've got to make the most of our life.
The legends, you know, we have Normie Rowe, we have Izzy Dye, we have, and they're still kicking on. It's great to see. I'll tell you one of Izzy Dye's, my favourite Izzy Dye song, which was #1 here. It's Baby One Last Kiss. And he used to go like, oh baby, one last kiss, it never felt like this. Oh baby, one last kiss, give me one last kiss.
Not today, Peter. Not today.
I can't win. So it's been a great show. Let's continue on next week. You've been watching
King TV.
Don't worry about me, Daddy. I'll make you proud of me. You know I'm gonna miss you. So just you wait and see.